Once again, you all are welcome in my channel. This is the third lecture in a artificial intelligence lecture series, in which we broadly cover what are the sensors, actuators, what are the different agents present in AI, and how they are different from each other. So, without wasting time, let us start this video and we'll see how all these things are different from each other. Thank you. Okay, let us start today's lecture. In today's lecture, we will cover the most important things, that is, what are agents, sensors, actuators, and how these sensors can be designed. Let me let me tell you all these things. So, first of all, in AI, artificial intelligence, you know, I already explained you. Artificial intelligence means you have to provide intelligence. Just wait. Yes, see, in artificial intelligence, we have to provide intelligence, artificially. Artificially means we want to give intelligence to, some machine or some uh, model or some design. Let us suppose this is our design. First of all, understand this thing, then I'll read all the slides for you. So this is our design. This is, let us suppose this is any machine, any kind of machine, maybe your air condition, your washing machine, or your uh, toaster, any electronic equipment. That is okay. Let me take these in. Okay. So let us suppose this is a machine. In machine, basically, see there are two kinds of machine. One is normal machine, and one is artificial intelligence machine, which what we call automatic machine. Now, how what is the meaning of this automation? Automation means automatic machine means you provide this machine with some sensors, some sort of sensors. You place some sensors here, so that on the base, let us suppose we will take an example of air condition, that is easy to understand. This is an air condition AC. This is an air condition which with a temperature sensor. So once the temperature of a room, get 25 degree, we set it like 25 degrees Celsius, this temperature sensor. So once the room reaches the temperature of 25 degrees Celsius, this air condition cut off for a while, or the timer we will set for 2 minutes or 3 minutes. And once again the room temperature will goes rise, then again it gets start. So this how it works. Now we all have very we all are very curious to know what are these sensors, basically how they are made. So can you raise your hand, how many of you are earlier science student? How many of you are science student? Can you raise your hands? Mohammad Asif is a science teacher. Nadar, okay. Vanchika Rai, Sunil Dutt, right? Yash Pant. So these are science student, okay. Okay. So let me tell you. Let me tell you. See, in a science, in the 11th class, there is a rule, that is what we call Kirchhoff law, or there is one uh, principle, that is what we call Wheatstone bridge principle. Now, what is this Wheatstone bridge principle? See, Wheatstone bridge principle. Can anybody explain? Can anybody?
Yes, sir. May I?
Yeah, yeah,
So, Kirchhoff's law के दो law थे. There was the first one, the current law, and second is
yeah,
voltage law. कि
yes.
all the currents meeting on a junction would be equals to zero, और
Uh,
the current जितना भी current एक वायर में आ रहा है, जितना जा रहा है, it will be equal
right.
from a junction, and the voltage was same also. कि all the potential differences meeting at a junction would be equals to constant value.
Okay. Can you can you switch off your television, which is I think at behind you? इसको बंद करो जरा.
Yes, sir.
Hmm. Yes. What is Wheatstone bridge principle? I am asking this. What is Wheatstone bridge principle? Not Kirchhoff law. Anybody? Wheatstone bridge principle? Vanchika?
गलती से हो गया.
अच्छा गलती से हो गया. Okay, no problem. See, Wheatstone bridge principle is what? Let me explain you in a simple terms, just for your understanding. See, in a Wheatstone bridge principle, there is a bridge. There is a resistance bridge like this, and in resistance bridge, if this is P, this is Q, this is R, this is S, and there is a middle arm. This is a middle arm, and this principle says if current is coming from here and current is going from this side. Now this principle says if there is a condition P by Q is equal to R by S, this is what we call balanced condition. So under a balanced condition, what will happen? No current will flow through this in the middle arm. If this P by Q, P ratio Q is equal to R ratio S, then no current will be flow through this arm, middle arm. This is what we call Wheatstone bridge principle. So what in a sensor, in all the sensors, in temperature, if we are talking about temperature sensor, humidity sensor, touch sensor, any sensor, they all are based on this principle. How? See, for temperature sensors, there is a material which is sensitive to temperature. There is one material which is sensitive to temperature. If the temperature goes rise, then the resistance of this material goes low down. So what we do generally in this balanced Wheatstone bridge, what we provide one of the arm with this material. We provide one of the arm with this material, like this temperature sensitive material. Now what will happen whenever temperature get changed? Whenever the temperature get changed, this Wheatstone get unbalanced, because under the balance condition P by Q is equal to R by S. So when you put a temperature sensor and make it balanced, then it is okay. Once the temperature outside get changed, what will happen? This Wheatstone bridge get unbalanced and we have a current through the middle arm. Under the balance condition, no current, and under the unbalanced condition, the current flows through this arm is depending upon the temperature, that is change in temperature. So let us suppose the temperature is 25 degree, and once the outside temperature become 22 degree or 28 degree, let us suppose, then what will happen? The current flow through this arm, which is proportional to this 3 degree change. So through this, once the current get flow, you can have the reading of the change in temperature outside. So this how the sensor works. I think you all are able to understand this. Anybody have any question? Yes, Asif? Yes, Asif?
Nothing, sir. I understand, sir.
You understand? Okay, I'll repeat it once again for you all. Please listen carefully. मैं आपको एक बार हिंदी में समझा रहा हूँ, आपको ज़्यादा आसानी से समझ में आएगा. एक्चुअली आपने यहाँ पे क्या किया है, यहाँ पे आपने ये एक व्हीटस्टोन ब्रिज प्रिंसिपल क्या कहता है कि जब ये P by Q और R by S की रेशो बराबर होती है तो देयर इज़ नो करंट विल फ्लो इन दिस आर्म. कोई भी करंट इस आर्म से फ्लो नहीं करता. और जैसे ये P by Q और R by S मिसबैलेंस हो जाता है तो इसके अंदर जो करंट फ्लो करता है वो डिपेंड करता है कि जितना चेंज हुआ, कितने चेंज हुआ है उतना ही करंट फ्लो करता है. यानी कि ये करंट जो फ्लो करता है दैट डिपेंड्स अपॉन चेंज इन टेम्परेचर. सो जितना टेम्परेचर या प्रेशर या कुछ भी जो भी सेंसर आपने बनाना है, आपने मटेरियल यहाँ पे बस वो सेंसिटिव मटेरियल लगाना है. लेट अस सपोज आपको टेम्परेचर सेंसर बनाना है तो आपने टेम्परेचर का सेंसिटिव मटेरियल लगा दिया. आपने प्रेशर सेंसर बनाना है तो आपने प्रेशर का सेंसिटिव मटेरियल लगा दिया. हमारे पास मटेरियल हैं मार्केट के अंदर. जैसे एक प्रेशर सेंसर का मटेरियल आता है तो उसके अंदर क्या होता है, जब आप प्रेशर लगाते हैं तो ये ब्रिज जो है ये अनबैलेंस हो जाता है और इसके अंदर जो करंट फ्लो करता है वो डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल होता है, मतलब डिपेंड करता है टोटली कि कितना चेंज इन प्रेशर हुआ. तो दिस हाउ वी कैन मेजर, वी कैन कन्वर्ट द चेंज इन प्रेशर इन द टर्म्स ऑफ करंट. अब जब ये करंट आपके पास आ गया, इस करंट को आप कहीं पर भी आप यूज़ कर लो, वो बिल्कुल जैसे आपने डिफ्लेक्शन, लेट अस सपोज आपको डिफ्लेक्शन चाहिए कि कितना प्रेशर चेंज हुआ है, तो वो प्रेशर जितना करंट आपके पास आ गया, ये वो करंट जो है अगर आप इस मशीन में दे दो तो ये यहाँ पे आपको ये शो कर देगा कि कितना प्रेशर की रीडिंग है. तो दिस हाउ ऑल दिस थिंग्स गेट मेजर्ड बेसिकली. हम छोटा सा ब्रीफ इंट्रोडक्शन दे रहा था. तो हमारा मकसद क्या है कि हमें ये सेंसर्स, वी शुड हैव टू लर्न हाउ दिस सेंसर्स वर्क. और दिस सेंसर, there are two words you should have to understand this also. One is sensor and another one is actuator. Now sensor is what? Sensor is basically, sensor is something which senses from atmosphere, from the environment. It is something which senses from the environment. And actuator is what? Actuator is something which takes an action. While sensor takes the reading from the environment, actuator is something which takes an action. And this complete term is which do these two tasks is what we called agent. So this is very important, and in your course, let me start my lecture now. See, our question, our topic for the day is start from here. That is, what are agents in artificial intelligence, and it is very important for your exam also. An artificial intelligence system can be defined as the study of rational agent and its environment. The agent senses the environment through sensors and nets their environment through the actuator. This I told you. There are two words, one is sensor and other is actuators. Sensors are something which senses from the environment, and actuators are something which takes an action by by the reading given by the sensors that they senses something. The actuators are ready to take an action. So an AI agent can have mental properties such as knowledge, belief, intention, etc. So let us start. What is an agent? An agent can be anything that perceives its environment through sensors and acts upon that environment through actuator, that I already tell you. An agent runs in a cycle of perceiving, thinking and acting. So an agent can be a human agent like a human agent like you people and we all are. We has a eyes, ears and other organs. These are our sensors basically, through which we take an output, we take an input. From eyes we can see the external environment. From ears we can hear the external noises and other organs. These are called agents. These are called sensors basically. And hands, legs, vocal tract work as an actuator. Like if you see the car is coming towards you, then your eyes is act like a sensor, and your legs, immediately your eyes gives the signal to your brain that some car is running towards you. So your brain gives an instruction to your legs that move, move from that side, so that you will not get hit through the car. So this is basically the sensors and the actuator work. In the same way, in robotics also, they have eyes like a camera, or some others sensors like infrared finder. Sensor is something through which it takes input, and actuator is something which gives it a output. Like various motors get started once the camera take a picture, the robot get comes in action and move forward or backward direction. So this how you can understand. Basically this is an robotic agent. Like an human agent, we have us, and agent is basically nothing but it is a combination of two things that I already explained here. Agent is nothing but combination of two things. One is sensor and another one is actuator. Sensor is something which takes an input from the environment, and actuator is something which take an action after the getting the input. So I think it is understandable, very easy. Similarly, software agents are there also. Like whenever you're doing a programming, the keystrokes means the keyboard, the buttons on the keyboard. When you press them, then certain files get open or certain files get deleted and anything. So the keys is basically the sensors, kind of sensors, and the display through which you see the things. That is what we call actuator. I think everybody can understand now what agent is. Agent is basically, again I am repeating, it consisting of two things. One is sensors, another one is actuator. Sensors takes an input and actuators takes an action according to that input. So let us move forward. I'll take one by one, we'll discuss these things. So now there is a model, P's. This is very important for your exam again. P's representation of a model. What is this? P's is a type of model on which an AI agent works. So when we define an AI agent, then we can group its property under P's representation model. It is made up of four words. This is very important and you have to be explain this thing in your exam. Now, what are P's? P stands for performance, E stands for environment, A stands for actuator, and S stands for sensors. Now, let us see in a self-driving car, what does this P means? P means performance. In self-driving car, the performance can be measured in the terms of safety, in the terms of time, in the terms of legal drive, and in the terms of comfort. So if I am saying this is a self-driving car for you, so if I ask your experience how its performance is, then you have to tell me, yes, it is very safe, consume less time, and it drives legally, means it is not like on a red light it gets stopped and on a green light it get on or move forward, and comfortable level is very good. So these are the performance matrices. As your software there are matrices, so in a AI the performance is a matrix. Similarly, environment is what? Environment is the thing on which it it plays, like roads. In an environment it is road, the other vehicles, the road signs, the pedestrian. So these all are the environment. Actuators are something through which uh, you know uh, it will take an action, like steering, the accelerator, the brake, the signal, the horn. These are the actuators in the self-driving car or any car. And sensors are, what are the sensors in the self-driving car? That are camera, GPS, speedometer, odometer, accelerometer. I think you now understand. In every AI machine you have to be categorized into these four parts. One is, that is what we call P's principle, P's representation. And P's representation is nothing but the performance measure, its environment, its actuators, and its sensors. I'll give you one more example. We'll give you three examples basically. I have three examples for you. One is this self-driving car. I think that is understandable. This thing is, this is understandable to all of you. Now let me move forward to the agent. Again, I am taking three examples. One is medical diagnosis. In my medical diagnosis, what are the performance measure? Yes, the healthy patients, the minimized cost. These are the performance measures. Because whenever you go to the hospital, what how on what basis you can say this medical diagnosis good or bad? Like how many people get healthy, and how much cost it involve. This is a major performance measure. And environment is the who are there, that is your patient, hospital, and staff. Actuators are what? The output, that is test and the treatments. And sensors are the input, that is keyboard, that is entry for the symptoms. So if you design a medical diagnose or a software for a medical diagnose, so these four P's you required, that is sensors, keyboard as a sensor for entering the symptoms, then actuators with the once you added these symptoms, the test and treatments are outcomes, that is the actuator. And the environments are the things on which these are applicable, that is patient inside the hospital and the staff. And the performance measures are the once these all the things get done, the healthy patients report and the minimized cost, it is your performance measure. Similarly, for a vacuum cleaner, if I am talking about the vacuum cleaner, in vacuum cleaner we should have to learn it like this. First of all, the sensors. In a vacuum cleaner, camera, dirt detection sensor, cliff center sensor, bump sensors, infrared wall sensors, then actuators. Once the vacuum cleaner take an input from these, there are wheels, there are brushes, there are vacuum extractors, and environment on which it has to be worked. That is room, table, wooden floor, whatsoever the things which are present in the room, and measures, performance measures. The output can be measured in the terms of cleanliness, efficiency, battery life, and security. So I think you understand this. I'll give you one more example. Part picking robot. Part picking robot means the robot which is doing the cleaning work only, and it picks the part. So camera and the joint angle sensors. Joint angle sensors is basically to tilt its arm, and joint arms and the hands are the actuators. Conveyor belts with the parts and the bins. These are the uh, environment, and the percentage of parts in the correct bins, that is your performance measure. So you may ask in the exam, tell the P's for self-driving car, or tell the P's for medical diagnose, or a vacuum cleaner. And mind it, this is not always exactly the same. You may have your own thinking, like in medical diagnose, the keyboard is the one thing. Another thing through which you can put the sensor by measuring the temperature to the that thermometer, that artificial intelligence thermometer is, it's also a sort of sensor. So you can put it your own thinking into that sensor, actuator, environment, and performance measures. The thing is, every artificial intelligence sensor, it is made up of the it is made by made on the basis of this principle, that is performance measure, environment, actuator, and sensors. So I think you understand these peace principle. So let me ask you people if you have any query. Anybody, any query? You may raise your hand. Okay, let me ask to somebody. Nishal. Nishal.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Nishal. What is sensors, and what are how they are different from actuators, or they are same terms?
Sir, no, they're actually not same. Actuators are the one which will provide the output, and sensors are the
Right.
one which will sense the like corresponding environment. Suppose it's the AI car, so
Hmm.
actuators will be the acceleration,
Yeah.
steering, and etc. And sensors will be the camera, which will be on
Right.
the bonnet, maybe on the under the headlight, which will sense that where it should go and where it should not, and will be the
Right.
left parking sensor, left turning
Right.
sensor, right turning sensor,
Right, right, right,
etc.
right, right. Understood. Very good, very good. Now, my next question to the Rishabh. Rishabh, uh, what does this actuator and sensors, if we club these two terms together, what it called? Rishabh Banduni. Rishabh, ऋषभ माइक ऑन करके बोलो बेटा. Okay, let me ask to somebody else. Maybe he is unable to answer it. Srishti Nadar. Srishti, uh, give the one term for a actuator and a sensor.
So it's an environment.
Hello?
So can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's an environment in that they work. That's
No,
it.
no, no, no. My question, please see my question once again. Uh, I'm asking you, what give the combined term for a sensor and a actuator? What we call it, sensor and a actuator.
So मुझे term याद नहीं आ रहा है. Sorry.
Okay, no, no problem, no problem, no problem. Yes, Mohammad Asif, you raise your hand.
Yes, sir.
Give the one
So the
name.
term, so the
Hmm.
term is called AI agent.
Very good. That is agent. Very good. Very good. And that is what I asked you. See, in the starting of my class, I tell you the sensors and the actuators, they are combinedly called agent. What the agent do? It takes an environment. See, in the lecture itself, it is described in the first line. Agent is what? An agent do the perceiving, thinking, and acting. So basically, it consists of two things. One is sensor, which is used for taking the things, perceiving the things, and the actuator. Actuator is for acting on a thing. So I think now it is clear to you. To whom I asked that Shishinadar, it is clear.
Yes, sir, now it's clear. It's the agent.
Right, right. It is the agent. So let us move forward. I'll ask somebody else in the meantime. So let me move forward. So till now we learned two things. What is agent, and another thing we learn is what are the P's representation. So P's representation is a model basically on which these agent. This is every agent has these four property. Every agent, in every agent they have this model, P's model: performance measure model, environment, actuator, and sensors. So let me move forward to the types of AI agent. Now agents can be grouped into five classes based on their degree of perceived intelligence and capability. Definitely, since every agent, everyone do not have same kind of perceiving intelligence. So on the basis of perceiving intelligence and act on that taking perceiving message, these agents can be classified into five categories. One is called simple. One is called simple reflex agent. Another one is called model based reflex agent. Third one is called goal based agent. Fourth one is utility based, and fifth one is learning agent. So these are the five kinds of agent. So let me take one by one all the agents, and this is very important question in your maybe asked in your exam. What are the different types of AI agents? So let us take one by one. First one is the simple reflex agent. Now simple reflex agent. Can anybody explain me what is reflex? Anybody from you? What is reflex? Please raise your hand.
Sir,
Sunil,
simply responding to a given command.
very good. Reflex action is basically if somebody, reflex action is the action which is not in your control. But I'm saying means once you get an input, you immediately, react to that. That is what we call reflex action. Like you don't have, it is a voluntary action in our body also. If we are talking about our body, like blinking of eyes, it's a reflex action. So you have never control on on your blinking of eyes. Similarly, sneezing, if some dust particles enter into your nose or your mouth, you get sneeze. So you don't have any control on that. That is what we call reflex action. So here the simple reflex action agent. Now we are talking about the simple reflex agent. So as the name suggested, reflex agent means whenever it see the target is not that it's timing of the work, it gets started its work. Let me explain with one more example. Let us suppose that you have a room cleaner agent. So it works only if there is a dirt, otherwise it will not work. That is a reflex agent. Once it came to know or saw that the room is dirty, it started its working, otherwise it is stopped. This kind of agent is I'll read this term for you. The simplex reflex agents are the simplest agent. These agents take decision on the basis of current percepts and ignore the rest of the percepts in the history. Means there is no deadline, no time. It will once it will see the things, it comes into the action. These agents only succeed in the fully observable environment. The reflex action, the simple reflex agent does not consider any part of percepts history during the decision and action process. That is we covered in first. The simplex reflex agent works on the condition action rule, which means it maps the current state to the action, such as room cleaner agent. It works only if there is a dirt in a room. So there are some problems in this reflex action also, that they are very limited intelligence, because once only for a room, if we are talking about a room cleaner, once only if there is a dirt, then it will clean, otherwise it is static, it will not do any other work. This is what we call simple reflex agent. So this is how we can represent it with the diagram. This is the agent. Basically, this is a sensor. It senses the percepts. Through the percepts means it senses, and then through the actuator it takes an action. This is an environment like your room, and let us suppose this is the agent is basically your room cleaner. So whenever there is a dirt in the room, sensor senses it, gives input to the actuator, then actuator takes an action, and this how this agent works. This is a simple reflex agent. Now move towards the next one. Next one is a model based reflex agent. That the model that we are talking about is, it is little bit different from your this simple reflex agent. How? I will tell you. See, in model based reflex agent, the model based agent can work in partially observable environment and track the situation. The model based agent has two important factors. Number one is model. It is a knowledge about how things happen in the world. So it is called the model based agent, because there is a there is a particular way to do the thing in an order. That is what we call model. So we provide a model in this particular agent, and the internal states also, that you have to start it from here, and it is the representation of the current state based on percept history. These agents have the model, which is a knowledge of the world, and based on the model they perform actions. Basically, they have a fixed model, like you have, like in this model, in the earlier model, reflex agent model, it whenever there is a dirt, it start working. But here, it has a complete process. It starts, it percepts, and there is a state from where it has to start, and how the cleanliness has to be done. Everything is mentioned here, and on the basis of that particular model, this sensor start working. It is not simply like just sensing the dust and go there and start cleaning. Here it has a specific model, like it first of all take the things, and how much dirt is there, and how you have to start and where you have to stop. Everything it is mentioned in the model, and this is what we call model based agent. So, and the third one, let me complete first of all, then I'll discuss all these things with you. Let me complete first. Now next one is the goal based agent. Now goal based agents are what agent? See, in goal based agent, it is also improvised version of model based agent. Here with the specific model, a particular goal is also it is added with the agent. Particular goal means you want that you set it that you have to clean the whole room within 30 seconds or 30 minutes. So that 30 minutes is your goal. So in the 30 minutes, the sensor has to be, this agent has to be finished their task. So that 30 minutes is what we call the goal. So these kind of agent which have a goal also, that is what we call goal based agent. And there is one more agent, that is what we call utility based agent. The utility based agent is one which gives the utility also. Means after the utility means it will once the task is over, it will check whether all the task is done or not. This is what we call utility based agent. Like see here, these agents are similar to the goal based agent, but provide an extra component of utility measurement, which makes them different by providing the measure of success at a given state. Hence, after the cleanliness, it will gives you the measure of cleanliness, that they are able to complete 75% of the task or 80% of the room is get cleaned. It will gives you performance in the terms of percentage. This is what we call utility based agent. And last one is the learning agent. Now learning agent is what? It will take your feedback also. In learning agent, it will take your feedback also and store it somewhere in their memory. And next time that critic, let us suppose first time when the task has been done by the agent, you are not satisfied with that. You are partially satisfied, or you pick some points like this is dirty and this thing is not done. So that agent store that feedback as a as a learning experience, and next time when it starts doing the task, it will refers your previous findings also. It will not repeat the mistakes that it done earlier also, or it will respect your findings which you find in the earlier case also. So in this way, these five types of agents we classify. I'll repeat it once again, then I'll move towards the question answers. See, I will explain here. There are five terms, five types of agent. First of all, for all of you, you must have to understand agent, the definition of agent. Agent is nothing but the sensor and actuator working together. So, in simple reflex agent, I'll give you an example of room cleaner for all so that you can understand it better. In simple reflex agent, like it's a room cleaner, then it senses that whether there is a dirt, then it senses, and actuator will give a task to the robot to just clean the room. This is the simplest reflex agent. And model based agent, there is some model also. There is one model, or what we say, the steps or algorithm we are given. On the basis of, once the sensor senses, it first go into this, it performs the task on the model whatsoever mentioned here. Then the actuator will be do the task according to this model. This is what we call model based agent. Third is goal based agent. In the goal based agent, basically we set with this model, we set a goal also. Like you have to complete this task, and any goal. We want 90% room to be clear, or we want everything should be done within 30 minutes. So any goal you will set, and according to that goal, your model, agent start working. And another one is utility based. So in utility based, it is also kind of goal based, but one additional feature is there. In utility, it will check the happiness, your happiness as in your utility as a factor, whether your you are happy with the task done, or basically it check the performance, that is the utility of that task. So this is what we call utility based agent. And learning agent is the last one, which keep learn itself. How? By taking your feedbacks or your critics whatsoever done, it is get stored inside the memory, and whenever it will do the second task, it will take your feedback as an experience. So I think now we'll move towards the question. Anybody have any questions? You just please ask me. Yes, the one who is asking in the meantime, Vanshika, you want to ask any question?
तो मुझे मॉडल पे समझ नहीं आया.
Model based, okay. See, in model based, what we do, simplex. आपको simplex reflex agent समझ में आया?
Yes sir.
You just explain what is simplex reflex agent.
So basically simplex reflex agent होता है take the decision on the basis of the current percepts and ignore the rest of the percepts history, and only success in the only taking care of the current environment, doesn't care about the history.
Right. This is a simple reflex agent. But there is no predefined steps that you have to do this. Like in a there is no standardized steps in simple reflex agent. But in model based agent, there is a standardized, model. What it means? If there is a dirt, then first of all it get analyzed how much dirt is it is. There is a model. First of before cleaning, it goes through the model and then it start works.
Okay.
It is, you may say, the intelligence is gradually increasing from here to here. Simplex is it is a dump kind of model. Just take an input and take an action. In model base, it is little bit intelligent because it has a certain model, certain pre-steps. And goal based is another superior of the model based because it has certain goal.
Yes sir.
Once the goal get reached, then the task get completed. And utility based agent, it will gives you the utility of that task, like the 50% of the task get done or 60% of the task get done. This how. And on the learning agent, it is or last, it is the one of the most intelligent agent. The intelligence is increasing from top to down, top to bottom. The bottom one is the most intelligent learning agent, and it is it takes a feedback from the from you and keeps or critics from you and put it and learn from that critics, and in the next time it will consider that critics also while doing the another task. So hope everybody understand this.
Yes,
Anybody
sir.
anybody have any questions? Because this question is surely will be asked to you in the exam. What are the, okay, you just write one question, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. Right question. What are the types of AI agent? What are the types, different types of AI agent? Explain each of them with suitable example. Explain each of them with suitable examples. Write down one question more. What is P's representation? What is PEAS? P's representation on which AI agent works. What is P's representation on which AI agent works? Also इसी के अंदर ऐड करिएगा. Also write the P's representation for self-driving cars. Next question. What is the difference between actuators and sensors? What are the difference between actuators and sensors? And next question, last question. What are AI agents? What are AI agents?